Hello, everyone. Today we are talking about getting familiar with the use of Git and GitHub in RStudio. The event is jointly organized by Oman R users and Our Ladies Abuja. Just to give you an overview about Oman R users, we aim actually to build a community for all our users and our learners in the country with different backgrounds and experiences, but we also welcome actually worldwide our users and our learners and data scientists to exchange ideas, share experiences, and have meetings like this, workshops and social events. Today is our first joint event with Our Ladies Abuja, so I will give the mic now to Bilqis to talk about or to give you an overview about their group. Welcome, Bilqis.
Okay, thank you, Iman. It's great to be here with you for the first joint meetup. Okay, I'll briefly go over Our Ladies Abuja. So a group of Our Ladies were following the same methodology as related by the Our Ladies Global. So our members all ranges from our local members to worldwide. We are actually working with everybody all over the world. So far, you're an R enthusiast. So you're free to check our meetup page for our monthly webinars, meetups. All our events are 100% online for now. So we're looking at kind of going back hybrid as from next year, but for this year, we're still online 100%. So that's just a brief about us. It's nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Bilqis. For our presenter, Muna. Muna is actually an engineer in statistics and data analysis. She is working currently as a business intelligence consultant at Prime Analytics. Muna is very active in our community and in tech communities in general. She is a co-founder of Python Ladies in Tunis and a Tunis R users group. She is also a member of Our Ladies Global and Arab our communities, and currently she lead of Our Ladies Paris community. If you would like to know more about Muna, a web page where she gave a brief overview about herself, about her skills, experiences, the talks that she gave, and also her community services. So welcome, Muna.
Thank you so much, Iman and Bilqis, for having me today. Thank you for this nice introduction. So I will start sharing my screen. Okay, you are able to see my screen? Fine.
Yes.
Fine. So hello again, everyone. I'm so pleased to be here and to contribute to the Our Ladies Abuja and Oman Our User Group communities. So today the session is dedicated for beginners who want to get familiar with the use of Git and GitHub in RStudio. So what about our outline? So as Iman introduced me, so I'm a business intelligence consultant at Prime Analytics, and like this is where you can find me either on Twitter or like following me on GitHub. What about our today's outline? Okay, I think that you are not really fine. So I will start giving an overview of version control. What are the benefits of version control? And as this session is intended to be interactive, that's why we will practice a set of tasks to get familiar with Git and GitHub in RStudio. So first you learn about GitHub, some GitHub fundamentals to know about them, and then you will move to some practices. I will talk about also a sheet that I have submitted to the RStudio repository And this covers some functions, so to use using Git. So what about the requirements? For today's session, you need to have RStudio and R installed. Also, you need to have Git installed, and you need to have a free like GitHub account. So first, what's version control? So version control, also known as source control, it's the practice of tracking and managing changes to software code. So the code for a project or either application or software component is typically organized in a folder structure. So version control will help you to track every individual change in the code. So by each contributor, and will help you to prevent like concurrent work from conflicting, especially. So, you know, as development environments have accelerated, version control systems are nowadays helping many software teams to work faster and I would say smarter. So what about the benefits of version control? I would say so will help you to streamline your work, as I said, and instead of spending your time, so seeing or whether this version of this Excel file or the other version is truly the final, with version control, we can be confident in our completed analysis and we can like move to the next step. So this will enable you also to make your work more reproducible. And so if you are like a researcher, so this is important for your research project, means that your work will be totally transparent and like all your actions will be recorded. On this context, I want to tell you about an illustrated series that has been recently created by Alison Hurst and Julia Stewart-Loudon. So the figure that you are looking at and which I find so insightful is one of the amazing illustrations that tell a story about why GitHub is so powerful. So for supporting, reusing, contributing, and failing safely. So I will share with you like in a bit in the chat, the link so that you can get to know better later about this amazing work. There are really amazing illustrations. Okay, so then what's Git? So Git is an open source, so is a distributed version control software. It will manage the evolution of a set of files and what we call a repository. So in a highly structured way. Being distributed, what does it mean? That means that every developer working with a Git repository has a copy of that entire repository. So like every commit, every branch, every file. It was originally developed in 2005 by Linux Torvalds. So this one is the creator of the Linux operating system kernel. And that's it. So then what about GitHub? Okay, so a short definition. So this is a collaboration platform, and it's the most popular hosting service for collaborating on using Git. So other hosting services may include Bitbucket and GitLab. Yeah, this is a second illustration from the GitHub illustration series that I have talked about to you earlier. So this will explain to you the relation of Git and GitHub. So collaboration is, as it said, is the most compelling reason to manage a project with Git and GitHub. So the definition of Jenny Breyer of collaboration includes hands-on participation by multiple people, including your past and future self, as well as an asymmetric model in which some people are active makers and others only read or view. I will share with you the link later. Yeah, so let's now get started with Git. So to start, first thing, I hope that you have Git and Git installed. Please, if you can confirm that in the chat, maybe. So first thing, you need to check that Git is installed. So to do so, we need to open RStudio. So I will move to RStudio right now. So you can tell me maybe if you are seeing RStudio. I will check the. Maybe not. Okay, I will just share again. Let me see this. Okay. Yeah, so here we go. This is RStudio. So first thing, you need to check that Git installed. To do so, you need to open RStudio and to have access to the terminal. And this is I'm here, right? Yeah. So you need to enter the following simple code, which Git. So let's have a look at the terminal in RStudio first. We'll go back to RStudio. So RStudio here will give you directly access to the terminal, either here from this terminal tab, so as you can see, or also you can, so this is next to the console tab. If you are not able to see the terminal, maybe this is not visible to you, what you need to do is to go to tools, okay, and then you click on terminal. And then you need to click on this, move focus to terminal, or just you can use also the keyboards, Alt plus Shift plus M. Okay, so we see the terminal here. So what I need to do is to write which Git. Yeah, so what's the output of this command? This is just the path of your executable Git, like the path. If you are not able to see this like a path, that means that maybe normally you should get like the command, so this command not found, something like this. For Mac users, normally, so you will, RStudio will offer you like a command to install this, like you should just accept and follow the instructions. And something else, maybe you can also check this by going here to tools, okay, and then global options. Maybe you have Git installed and is not like automatically detected by RStudio. So what you need to do after going to tools and open options, you go here, okay, and maybe you need just to browse to the path of your executable Git like this, okay. So let me close this. Okay, cancel. So it's okay, I have Git here. Second thing, I can check the version of Git. So I can make a copy of this code. Okay, you need to write Git -- like this, and then version. So what I get here, because I put the space between the -- and it's fine. So I made the copy and then I didn't paste it, but no worries at all. Okay. Yeah, this is the Git version that I have today on my desktop. Okay. So I hope that you have Git installed and that is fine for you. Otherwise, you can tell me in the chat if you are having a problem. I have a look at the chat, okay? Second thing, so what about communicated with GitHub? Okay, so to be able to interact with a remote Git server such as GitHub, you need to put some credentials in our request. that means that you are a GitHub user that is allowed to do the following operation that you want to do. Okay, so Git here is based like on is using two protocols. Either will connect with HTTPS or HHS. So the most recommended one is HTTPS. It's based on two protocols, and these two protocols are using different credentials. So for HTTPS, you need to define what you call a token. Okay, this is a PAT. So this is a personal access token. So in the past, it was possible to use the password, okay, that you use when you log in into GitHub, but it's not longer possible for GitHub. It may be possible for other Git remote server, but it's no longer the way for GitHub. So that's why you need to have this token. So because later when you will make some operation, it may happen that that will be asked to provide a token. Okay, so to do so, you need to go here. I will click once. Yeah, so normally, so I have GitHub open, that's why I got this, but it may be that you will get this. I just take screenshot. It will ask you to put your email address, your password, like to log in to your account. Okay, so please do it. You may wait a little bit, it's okay. You can tell me in the chat maybe if it's okay for you. And you will be directly redirected to this page. So as you can see, this is the settings page, and especially the tokens one. Okay, so this is where I will generate a token. If it's
Mona, could you please
sure.
share? Could you please share the
Sure.
link with on chat?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let me go to Zoom. Why I'm not able to open Zoom? Okay. Oh my God. Ah, this is the chat. Okay, sorry. That took some time. Fine. Okay, so this is the link. By the way, this is the link for the presentation. I will share it with you now. It's already public, okay? Let me open the chat. Oh, this is the bad link. I will take this from here so it's more clear for you. Yeah, here is where you can find my slides. Fine. So I will go back now to GitHub. Wait a little bit more, little bit for you. So I hope that you get access to your GitHub account. I will go back later to talk more about GitHub and the repository and your profile and all of this. Let's just have this token. So first thing, you need to generate a new token. As you can see here, this is the token that I have generated before. And the token could expire after some period, okay? I think after 1 month or 1 month and a half. To generate a new token, you need just to click on this button, generate a new token. So I will click once. I will not do this because I have already a token, but it will ask you for the password. Just put your GitHub password. Okay. So you need to choose a name for your token. For example, token number 1. Okay, just a name. Then here you need to select scopes. So the scopes that it just that the right that you will give the token access, like the token could access to what scopes. Okay, what is recommended, okay, is to select these scopes. Okay, normally should be the repository, Okay, after like choosing the name. So I selected the repo, then this one to create this, and then user, and I think that's it. This is what is recommended. And workflow. Yeah. Yeah, to update the GitHub actions, right? So after doing so, you need to click on this green button. You should see this in the bottom of your page, generate token. So I will not click on this because I already have one, but on your side, please click on this button and I will tell you what you will get. Normally you should see this. So I will go back to my slides because I have a picture about this on my slides. Okay, where is my slide? It's here. Fine. So normally you should see this. Okay, like tokens you have generated that can be used to access. It's okay, this is just an information. It's telling you, please, so don't close the page because it's telling you make sure to copy this personal access token now. Normally you should have a token below this. Okay, so either we will make a copy of this token and like save it in a safe place, in a safe document text file maybe, or you can also use this library in RStudio, like getting out ahead of this and using this. So I will just make a copy of this code. I will share this with you. So you need for sure to have the use this library installed in your machine. But I will show you now what are the outputs of these two commands. Okay. I make a copy, put this in the chat. Yeah, this is the chat. Fine. Now I will go back to RStudio. And so this is our command. So you need to use the console. Maybe I will have a new file here, new R script. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so I will make a copy. So what about the first command? It's about create a GitHub token. This is what you want to do. And then I will run this command. So it will redirect me to the same page. This one, GitHub 6 tokens. And it told me to choose a name for this token, the same thing. And as you can see, using this command, I have already the scopes recommended selected, workflow, gist, and user. And also the other advantage of using like this library, use this in RStudio, especially this one. So you have another library also to use, this one, Git creds. You should have this installed, like simply install packages. You need to do this before. Okay, simply I will do this. So it will not take some time for you. Just make a copy of this one, then do this, then make a copy, come back to the chat. Right, just do this, okay? Yeah, fine. So let me now execute the second command. What about the output of this one? So your current credential for GitHub are like this. So for sure the password will be hidden. You will not see the password, okay? And it's asking you, do you want to keep these credentials or to replace them, or do you want to see the password or the token? Okay, so if you click 3, so I will not do this. If you like put 3 and enter, you will be able next time to see your token. Okay, so I will not click enter, but this is the idea. This is where you can see the token that you have generated in GitHub from RStudio. So you don't have to save it like separately in another place. I hope that I was clear. If someone has a question, please don't hesitate to ask me. Okay. Okay, that's good. So for me, I will put exit. Fine. I will come back to my slides. So after generating the token, you need to introduce yourself to tell Git who you are, okay, as a GitHub user. So in RStudio, we just go to, so either will use the, because I didn't tell you. So either we will use the terminal, okay, to write some Git commands, or you can also use this one. If you go to tools, share, so this is the same thing, okay? Instead of going through this, you can just use the advantage of having this in RStudio directly, meaning having the terminal. And this is what you write. So I'll close this. You will, I will make a copy and share this with you in the chat. So first you need to, to communicate with GitHub. So we'll use the email address. For the email address, it must be the same one, so associated with your GitHub account. But for the username, it's okay. So that does not have to be your username. You could choose something else, okay? So I will make a copy, and for sure, instead of putting this email, we'll put your email and another one. Okay, let me share this in the chat. Fine, now I will come back to RStudio and I will write this. Maybe I will make a copy directly. Okay, so oh my God, why I have done this? Because I make a copy for both of them, so I need to change this again. It's fine. So please do this. So for me, I need to change this again because it's not me. I need to put my, okay. Okay, fine. Then I will paste and then I will use my email. Take your time to do this, please. And then the thing that I need to change is this username. And I now prefer this one. Oh no, it's not. It's fine now. Okay. So the two commands will not return anything, as you can see. But if you want to check that that it's like well done, you can use this command. Okay, git config and then double dash global, and then if I'm not wrong, it's double dash this. Let me see. Yeah, so my username is Mona Belaid and my email is this one. So why you are like, so it's totally normal to have Git as you are like using Git commands at the beginning, but why you have global? That means that you want to use these settings in every project, okay, for every project. That's why. Fine. Okay, so I hope that it's okay for you and that you are successfully working, like we're successfully working through these steps. Okay. You can maybe confirm this in the chat, so I know that I can move. Okay. So I think I will move, but if anyone has a question, everything fine. Okay, great, Iman. Thank you. Thank you, Gonzalo, also. Yeah, now let's get the most out of GitHub and Git. So for today, for the practice that you will have, first you will create a new RStudio project and like we'll push it to GitHub. And the second thing, we will clone an existing GitHub repository to an RStudio project. So we'll go through two approaches, okay? But before moving on and doing some practices, so in these two parts, let's learn about the basics and about the meaning and like the having some GitHub knowledge. Okay, so what is the idea? Let's say that you are working on an open source project, and that this open source project, like the files and all of the files, are deployed on a GitHub repository. Okay, and you want to contribute to this project. So we'll fork it. What does it mean? That means that you will make a copy of this GitHub repository. and it will make a copy, and this does not affect like impact on anything the original one. Okay, and this is just on GitHub. Then you need to use git clone. What does it mean? That means that you are making a copy of the remote GitHub repository on your machine, on your local like machine. Okay, then you will make some changes on some files. Files will be updated. You will do many things, okay, to make your changes like recorded and available later. You will first need to use git add. That means that you will add the updated files to what you call a staging area. But git add does not affect in any significant way the GitHub repository that you have online, because like your updated files and the changes that you made are not recorded yet. Okay, that's why you need to use git commit. Okay, so everything that you have made as changes in your local repository will be publicly available, and you will be like seeing like online, okay, on the remote GitHub repository here. Okay, I hope that the approach and the logic is clear for you. Otherwise, yeah, thank you, Kazima. Don't hesitate to ask me. Okay. Yeah, last thing for sure. So you need to use git push after git commit. So everything that you have on your local machine will be available online. And for sure, also you need to use git pull. Let's say that will be working on this project on another computer, or maybe you will change the computer, or your colleague will also work with you on this project. So you need to pull back, so to pull these changes back, and so these changes to your local repository, so you can see what also is also publicly on the remote repository online. Okay. Yeah, so these are some commands. This is just an explanation of every command, but I will go through this. So this is just for someone who will maybe have a look at the slides later, but this is mainly what I have just explained, okay, about git push. And also you have what you call pull requests and issues. I will later show you more about these in some like popular repositories that you have online, especially we'll have a look at some repository of RStudio, okay, that we have on GitHub. But shortly, pull requests are just if you want to contribute to a repository. So we'll just create a pull request, and this is just like a submission, and someone else like could accept it or not. So for issues, this is as it's like displayed. This just suggests improvements, and we have discussions, and someone else can review this and like put his what he think about it and so on. Okay. Yeah, let's now maybe do some practice. So the first approach, let's say that you want to create a new RStudio project and you push it to GitHub. So first here, we start working with the project, and this is just you have on RStudio. But after that, someone else wants to work with you on the same project. So to get everything like synchronized each time, we are thinking about what about having like this project, RStudio project, link it to GitHub, and we can work about this. So first thing we will so we'll start creating a new RStudio project, and you will see how to link a remote GitHub repository to this RStudio project. Okay, so let's go back to RStudio. So simply to create a new simple project, we'll go to File, then we'll go to New Project. Okay. And for now, we will click on New Directory. So we'll start a project in the directory, new one. You click on New Project, and you will give a name to this directory. So let me first maybe choose the, I will choose where I want to have this directory. It will be here, my test maybe. It will be this one, okay? Fine, then I will just give a name, put this test. So for now, be sure to deselect this option, okay? As we are starting a simple project in RStudio, this one, create a Git repository, okay? And you click this one. Maybe I will open this, or it will be open it already. Yeah, fine. So normally you should see this test repo. So this is our project. And then you have the Git tab here for information. Let me click where I'm not able to click this. It's fine. Okay, so let's create a new simple R script in this R project. So simply I will go to File, New File, then R script. Okay. Yes. Why it takes some time? I don't know. It's okay. New R script. Okay. It's coming. I have a problem. Normally it should not take some time. Oh my God, don't tell me that I need to. Noting the R script is empty with untitled. Okay, fine. I'll close RStudio. It's fine. It happens. Okay, fine. Then I will go to my R project and I will open it. This one. So we will create another project. Okay. So this is a simple script. Let's say we'll just use this command saying welcome, print welcome. Okay. It works for sure. This is simple R script. And then you will save this R script. Okay. Let's say welcome like this. And you click. Okay. Yeah, this is the R script. Then you need to, after having this, you need to go to RStudio, to GitHub, sorry. Okay. I think I missed something. Oh my God. So sorry, but it's okay. So at the beginning, sorry, you should keep this one selected, create a Git repository, as you want the file that you will create later that will be under like version control. Okay, version control. So you should keep this one selected. Okay, it's fine. So to do this, I will just close another project because I test repo and then you click project. Yeah, so yeah, I feel that there is something missing. So this one should be here. Git ignore. You can ignore this one for now. It's okay. So if you go to the Git tab, you should see this. Okay. The file that you have here later will be like available in a remote GitHub Git server. Okay, so first thing before, because you need to add another file, maybe you will, because later we will make some modification of this file online and we will pull these changes to RStudio. Okay, that's why I want to have it here. So let's say print welcome. It's fine, that works. We'll save this one as an R script. Okay, let's say test or something like this. So doing so, you can see that you have also this file here. Okay, so you need first to remember later when I told you about git add, and that we git add using this will allow us to have these files like in the staging area. So this process is like ticking on this file here on this stages column like this. Okay, and then you need to click on commit. Okay, so doing this, normally you should have another window like will pop up, and this is okay, and this is the review changes like window. And something important, like when you will make some modification and you want to send them, like to push them online, it's better to have a commit message. And what is like recommended, it's to start this commit message with the verb like describing what you are doing. So everything will be better like visible for others when you will see your changes on the GitHub account. Okay, let's say, I don't know, add file, like add welcome file. Okay. Last thing, you need to click on this commit button, okay, like this. So what will happen here? It's fine. Don't focus on this, on the information here, but the most important thing is that you have like 3 files changed. This is the file that you will have later, okay? But for information, this RStudio project, this directory is not yet connected to a remote GitHub repository. This is just the local one, and this is what you want to do later, okay, for people who just join. So I will close this one, this window, and also I will close the review changes window. And as you can see, you have no longer the files here that you have later. Now what we will do is that you will go to GitHub. Okay, let me go to GitHub. Yeah, so for example, for me today, this is the GitHub page of the slide that I have shared with you. This is where you can find, for example, the file that I need to set up this this website. Okay, this site like this. Okay, and you can have access to the information that to the code that I have put like this from this file index.rmd. Okay, something else about GitHub. For example, this is my profile. Something else on GitHub is that if you create a GitHub repository having your name, your username. So for example, for me, this is Muna Bel'id. And if you create this repository having this name, you can like have put a little bit, so a nice introduction about yourself, because this repository is like a specific one. And you will be, when someone will open your profile, you will see this is the first thing. Okay, I don't know, like this one. It will be here. This just, but you, as I told you, this one should be like the same name as your username, the repository. The test after pushing. Then the report test after pushing the report test. Ah, yeah, sure. So this one is here. You mean in because I don't have this one yet in GitHub. This is what I will be doing right now. Okay, but for from RStudio, this is the, yeah, great. Okay. So you have the welcome script, and this is just a file from R, and this is the R project. It's okay. Now, what you will do is that you will create a new repository. Okay. Normally, when you open GitHub. This is the first thing that you will see. Not my profile for sure. So it would be this one. You will have the green button here on the left, on the left. Yeah, show on the left. You create one. You will create once here. New. That means that you want to create a new repository. Okay. So the repository could like contain any project files, the history of the update file that you will do, everything. Yeah, no, maybe you will not see this, like maybe you will see only your name, but for me, I can see, for example, the organization that I'm like managing in GitHub, like this. But for me, I will be using my profile for now. Okay, not any organization here. So I will choose my name, Muna Belaid, my profile, and I will choose the repository name. So this is important that the repository name should be the same as your directory name in RStudio, meaning test repo 1 for me. Okay, but you should be the same. This is important. So I will go back here. Oh, it's not here. Sorry. It's here. Okay, be created as test. Because I put some space, so it will be changed. I shouldn't put some space because repository names doesn't accept like having spaces between names. That's right. So what I will do, it's okay. I will close this one. Okay, I will go back. So what I will do, if you were doing the same, you can do this. Okay. You can rename simply. It's okay. I will do this test. Should be accepted. Okay. And I will go back here. Okay. And I will open the RStudio project again. It's fine. It's good that I have done this mistake. So you can know about the information about not having spaces. Okay. Yeah, fine. Now I can, what's it? The system can't find. Yeah, it's okay because the test repo now is not here anymore. It's fine. But normally I should see, right? The because I opened the project, this one test. Yeah, it's okay. No, it's fine. So I will go back here and I will just put test simply. Yeah. Yeah, you can add a short description of your repository if you want. This is optional, but it's recommended also. You can also choose to make your repository public or private. It's up to you. And something important here, you can also initialize this repository with a README file, but you will not do this here. Okay, we'll do this later, because for this approach, you will not select this option about add a README file. Okay. And then I hope that you are following me. Otherwise, don't hesitate to interrupt me. It's okay. We'll create on this button, create repository. Yeah, absolutely. You will have this page. So you have this page. This is just a quick setup, asking you with some command lines here, asking you, do you want to create? So you are doing this because why? Do you want to create a new repository on the command line, or do you want to push an existing repository from the command line? Absolutely, this is what you want to do, because here it's like you have RStudio directory, but this is a local repository. This is an existing repository that you want to push. Okay, you want to connect them. So that's why you will make a copy. Normally, you should see this page, and you just need to make a copy of this code. So I don't know. No. Normally, if you have this page, you should have the code. So I will not make a copy of it. Okay. And for me, I will make a copy for me. So I will go back to RStudio. And I will go back to the terminal tab, this one. Okay, so what does it mean here, maybe to understand? So Git, it's normal to have the Git like at the beginning of the command line. Then you want to add, so origin here, instead of using each time like this long address, origin will replace this one. Okay, this is why we have origin. And for example, here you don't have to use each time this long like address. Okay, you will have origin. And this is about like pushing what you have. Okay, so I made the copy, then I will paste it. Let's see. And then I will click enter. Okay, yeah. So what happens here? Let me see. So now if you go back, like me, to GitHub, okay, and you go back to your test GitHub repository, we will be able to see your files here. We didn't have the files earlier, right? And so that everything now, every file is like under version control. If, for example, I will make some changes in the welcome R file, okay, maybe before making some changes, yeah, maybe because before making some changes here, as I told you later, I told you, please don't select the option like adding a README file, but it's recommended to have a README file. So maybe I can add this one here by clicking on this button, add a README file. I don't know. This is just will write a simple sentence. So for information, here MD stands for Markdown because the files here are like in Markdown format. Okay, this is just a language. And this is just the test repo, for example. Okay, and you need to save this. What does it mean? If you like, go down. Okay, you can for sure add another description, and also it's also recommended as always. And then you will commit directly to the main branch. Okay, because here we have only one main branch. You don't have like other branches. People didn't yet make like pull requests to make changes, but it could be. I don't know if we have time, but we will see. Okay, commit new file, and this is how we will have the test, the README file here. Okay, it will be always down like after the files. If I go back to this welcome R file, and let's say I want to make some changes. If someone now will like, if he wants to try like to I will share with you maybe my GitHub repository. If someone wants to make some changes on the welcome file, like me, I will edit it. I will get like a pull request, like someone wants to make some changes here. Okay, I will share with you if someone wants to make changes. We'll see this together. Thank you, Iman. But for me, I will just edit this file using this little pencil here. Okay, let's say print thank you, for example. Okay, thank you, like this. So for sure, as always, you go down, you commit changes. Now, if I go back, because I have the changes here, but what about having these changes in my GitHub repository here? Okay, that's why you need to use like git pull. Okay, either we will like in the terminal you will write git pull, but RStudio is like the adventure of having RStudio is like you have everything here. You can use like commit button, the push button, the pull. So instead of writing, sometimes you can use this button. So doing this, you will get another window, and you will get these two files changed. Okay, with 3 instances. If you close this one, this is what you get. You see, you get the updated file. This is not, that was not me that was writing this here, but that is pulled from RStudio. Okay, this is the logic behind. I hope that I was clear. Okay, this is what I want you to learn about this approach. The second thing is that it's okay. You know that you want to work with GitHub and Git from the beginning. That's why we will create a new repository. The first thing we will create this on RStudio. Okay, on RStudio, on GitHub. Sorry. So we'll go to a new. Maybe I will go back to my slides because you have everything here. So what I was talking about is like you have the steps here if you want to follow later. Okay. Yeah, this is the code that we have. Yeah, this is the second approach that we'll be doing right now, like clone an existing GitHub repository to an RStudio project. Okay, so we'll just follow these steps. Like you will create a new project, but instead of like clicking here, new directory, we'll click version control and following this, okay? So let's go back to GitHub, and we'll create this one here using the same but new. And then I will choose my name. And then, what I will choose. Because I have test. Yeah, because I can choose practice. Oh, I know that I don't have one. It's called Git. Okay, Git. Okay. So here I can start having a README file